Quite a few novelties we come up here in studio. Cricbuzz Comm, we were not even certain if we'd have one in the 35th over thanks to the efforts of Pakistan and Sri Lanka. But Bangladesh have proved us wrong. I had a score at the end of 50 overs to be on the My 11 Circle expert couch. They've already passed that in 35 overs at the Cricbuzz Comm, and it's scary. Forget for our predictions for South Africa as a team in general. Robin alongside me. Robin, this is not what we expected.
Yes, absolutely not what we expected. I think, kudos to Shakib and Mushfiqur. I think these two settled batsmen have carried the team through to this situation. I think there's just been a fall of a wicket. I think Shakib has just gotten out, but I think he was supposed to play the role of holding the anchor all together, and Mushfiqur is supposed to go after the bowling. But I think now the roles are going to change. Also, the fact that Ngidi is not going to bowl for the rest of the innings is going to make life difficult for Faf du Plessis. He's already got, I think, 5 overs off from the spinners, from Makram and one from Bhimani. But they still have that 1 over to go, and I think that's what delayed Rabada coming back into the attack. But I think the wicket that Chris Morris has just taken, no, it's not Chris Morris.
It's Imran Tahir.
It's Imran Tahir that has just taken, I think, will push Bangladesh back just a bit.
Yeah, I can tell you what the South African bowlers couldn't do, Cricbuzz Comm has managed to do, because there's a tendency we've seen for things to happen just in that over when we are having this little discussion. But it's not really going to set Bangladesh back, because we've said two things at the start. One is their experience, and two is how deep they bat.
They bat deep for sure, but I think now is the time that South Africa will look to take a couple of wickets to kind of pull the total back inside 300. Because obviously, if Bangladesh are going to get about 300, a little more than 300, then South Africa is going to be a little bit worried.
They certainly will be, particularly after what happened to them in the first game, conceding over 300 runs against England and didn't quite look as if they were there. And today they've already no Amla, no Stain still on the sidelines. Now you lose Ngidi, and you're thinking, who are you playing the next match against? India.
Oh man, they have a task. They have the task cut out for them against India. So right now, if they go by the players that are fit right now, they've got 12 fit players that they have to choose out of against India, and that's going to be hard work for Faf and the rest of the senior members within that group to kind of get the boys up and running for that game against India. And they really want to hope that this game goes off well for them to come up and compete against India, because I think India, with this team, I think India will walk all over them.
Two questions to finish with. One is the mental state, because just before that wicket happened, we saw the review, which almost seemed in desperation, because even if you're not a cricket expert, you can tell from the laws of physics that it's not the kind of delivery that goes past the bat this way that would not have a deviation. And yet they went for the review. Faf was arguing with the fielders. So their mental state is like that at the moment?
For sure. I've never seen Faf go out there and, express himself as a captain like he did in today's game. I think there was a 6 that Shakib hit, which could have been caught, maybe a 50-50 chance, but he was quite animated about that. You don't see Faf being like that very often, so you know that it's bothering him. He's a little worried and concerned for his team and its performances. So for Faf's sake and for South Africa's sake, I think now is when they want to put the brakes on Bangladesh. Otherwise, it might be too late for them.
Well, we're both in different shades of green, and there are 2 shades of green playing out there. So let's put the South African hat on. It's still not all lost for them. 217 is still not the worst situation in the world, even though it's 3 down. What do you think they'd be happy chasing?
I think anything under 280, they'd be very happy chasing. Gives them a chance to kind of get in and get all the batsmen up and going. And I also think it'll give all the batsmen a chance to go out there and start performing. They obviously want to hit the road running, which they haven't against England, but I'm sure they want to get a win under their belt. I think it'll do them as a unit a world of good to their confidence.
Let's not forget, from a Bangladesh point of view, they've already got something on the board, and all it means it's going to be up for a cracking run chase.